I'd like to thank you all, the speakers, but also the participants for participating and attending our late afternoon event. We are gathered here today to debate about a very serious and critical issue that has been magnified during this crisis period. This issue is drug policies, and we need to reform them, as they are causing more harm than the substances themselves. According to recent studies, 1 out of 4 Europeans use or have used illicit substances in their lifetime, while more than 85 million people in Europe use or have used cannabis. That is a huge number of citizens to consider as criminals, and for sure they cannot fit in prisons around Europe. We need to find other ways to address the needs of those people in a more humane and just manner that treats addiction and drug abuse as a public health issue and not as a judicial one. Although their growth rate has stabilized, the numbers of European users are greater than ever, especially the problematic ones. Still, more than 7,000 drug-related deaths occur annually in Europe. New and very dangerous substances, synthetic substances, emerge every week as a result of prohibition policy. Polydrug use has become a serious trend among the youth, and the economic crisis has exaggerated the problem of drug abuse, especially in the more vulnerable countries like mine, Greece. Just to give you an indication, in my own country, the case of HIV infection among drug users increased from 15 in 1 year, 2009, to 484 in 2012. The tuberculosis cases among them showed a similar increase, while funding for primary care treatment was decreased more than 25% or 50% sometimes during the same period. Detox centers have a waiting list of 4,000 people, while more than half of the people incarcerated in Greek prisons are drug users and petit dealers. Every year we are spending billions of euros and valuable human resources into an ineffective policy that relies heavily on policing and judicial efforts rather than prevention and therapy. In countries like Greece, but also in Europe as a whole, the majority of public funds, almost 80%, are still spent on policing, judging and incarcerating people, while only 20% of the funds are spent on prevention, treatment, and rehabilitation. Despite all that money, 50 years of focusing on prohibition policies have not produced the desired results, as we have not been able to reduce neither supply nor demand of illicit substances, according to studies financed by the European Commission. The great numbers of users still face criminalization and stigmatization, while organized crime is gathering more wealth than ever, more than $400 billion annually, feeding in turn political corruption and money laundering. The European Parliament has voted the rather progressive Catania report since 2004, but unfortunately it is not transposed into EU policy yet. The Commission needs to break the inertia of competencies on social policy and undertake a serious leading role towards securing public health, freedom, and the rights of drug consumers. We really need a cost-benefit analysis of the applied prohibition policies, as well as study of the benefits of alternative policy options based on decriminalization, harm reduction, and regulation of supply. International developments of alternative regulator models have shown great results, like in Portugal, Switzerland, and Holland, while others, like the recent in Uruguay and the USA models on cannabis supply, are still to present results but look quite promising. Harm reduction policies and initiatives like the injection rooms are gaining lots of attention but are usually underfunded. Alternative cannabis supply models like the non-profit social clubs are gaining widespread support as they tackle organized crime, promote safe use, and contribute to local economy. In 10 days, the UN Commission on Drugs will take place in Vienna, and the voices of concern and reform are multiplied. The EU should take a leading role, although it is very difficult with 28 different countries, I know, but should take a leading role in that reform process for the benefit of the European citizens. Once for sure, people since the ancient years have been using substances. That will not change, and it is totally unrealistic to speak about a full drug-free Europe. We need science-based policies that rely on best practices and not on ideology and moral panic. Tonight, we have the honor to host some distinguished guests to debate on this very critical issue. And it's Ruth Dreyfus, former president of the Swiss Federal State and member of Global Commission on Drug Policy. VALERIE CURRAN, professor of Psychopharmacology at University College London. Wolfgang GOETZ, director of EMCDDA. PAOLA TARDIOLI-SCHIAVO, deputy head of Unit Disease Justice, European Commission. And MEP Greens, International Drug Policy Consortium. Maybe you know all of them. But let's first see the highly acclaimed documentary, Breaking the Taboo, and then we will pass the floor to our speakers. Thanks a lot.